I've been thinking about the topic of goodbyes a lot recently. I realized that I don't always like getting notes and cards. I also don't like very tender goodbyes. Now, I've always been the type to write these for people, people that I worked with or people that I did a project with for a long time. I just thought it was a really good gesture. But I do think in some ways it stems from the fear of feeling alone. Like I thought it showed my thoughtfulness, but I think sometimes it feels like I'm waving goodbye at someone and walking the same way anyway, so it's kind of awkward. Sometimes comments with notes like keep in touch or have a good summer kind of feels like the person's trying to get rid of me. I'm sure it's not intentional because I say those things all the time too. I don't mean it that way. Rather, I think goodbyes, at least in the modern world, should serve as a thank you note and should reflect a path to continue our journey in some ways. Because honestly, in this day and age, we could pretty much stay connected whenever we want, right? There's no need for keep in touch. Just do it. Instead, I think our focus should shift more on creating boundaries and spaces intentionally, even when we are together. Life is a constant oscillation between those acts of coming together and staying apart. It doesn't have to be a big act for us to say a goodbye. I don't like being too good at saying goodbyes, but I also don't like not doing or saying anything if the person has made an impact on me. I think we have to figure out a way to make them feel wanted in some ways without making it feel like you're saying goodbye. That's the goal. In a weird way, when I think about the right way to do this in a situation, sometimes I just lose the magic. There are some friends that I've waved goodbye at a very young age and never once saw them again. It's been decades. Like, maybe not decades. It's been like a decade. I don't necessarily have a desire to see them again, but I can't help but think about the moments that we did share. Did we know that that was the last time we played tag, like 3 days ago type shit? Did we know that was the last time we ever played a Call of Duty lobby? Barely ever gamed. Did we know that that was the last time we would ever perform together? As far as I know, probably not. Most of them technically all have Facebooks and Instagram, but it just doesn't feel right to reach out to them, nor do I really want to. And I think that's why I feel so much pressure around goodbyes, because I have this enormous pride I feel towards leaving a good impression. Like, I might not see them ever again. And that makes the act of leaving feel so much bigger than it actually is. I can't help but feel like it puts pressure on other people. Instead, I would rather have these small moments feel like a good time. I want those small moments to feel impactful. I don't want big goodbyes. Rather, I would rather have a harmonious existence, one with balance and levity. I think about that a lot in my interactions now too. The friend groups I have currently are probably contextual. It's contextual to my location, to a shared activity that we are happen to be liking right now, our age. We will probably eventually grow apart in some ways. That makes me incredibly sad, but it has literally happened over and over and over again. People that I thought I would never stop talking to, I barely even know what they're doing now. It's even funnier to me though when I write a heartfelt goodbye to someone or give like a speech, then I immediately see them in 3 weeks. So rather, I think even in the moments when we are together, if we were to create some space, these things would kind of happen naturally, right? If we have space between each other, then we could show gratitude without having to say big goodbye and big hello. And I also think this is helpful for so many more other reasons. I certainly value the opinions that others give me. Sometimes there are times when I deeply crave to be around people. It doesn't even matter how close we are. Exactly for this reason. Even if it is in a light manner, I think people can sometimes nudge you in the right direction. That being said though, I do think that even the best intentioned friend or people, the wisest person, cannot always understand what you need. For my friends recently, for example, stopped me from performing when I had a very big right knee sprain, dislocation, I don't quite know. Mind you, I had practiced for this performance for like 3 months straight, and I was in like majority of the dances. I felt this tremendous need to actually want to perform. I didn't want to cause a hassle and have to reblock everything, and I just wanted to dance. The knee then swelled up to a size of this much, and I could not extend or flex it at all. It's been about 4 weeks now, and I still can't fully extend and flex it. I think had it just been me, I would have done the show and probably would have gotten even more injured. Instead, my friends and my acquaintances, people that I don't even know that well, in some cases, guided me to a faster healing path. I'll be lying if I said that I didn't feel the need to just say fuck off when they told me that. I felt the need to cut everyone off and just do my thing. Thankfully, I listened. On the other hand though, as I got space from that situation, my intuition about it improved a lot. And I also realized that some of my friends and my family were coddling me too much and actually slowing down my recovery in the next couple of weeks. Everyone has an advice based on their own experience and past, and their own broken stuff and their own injuries. Yet my intuition told me to listen to my own body first. My recovery, though slower than I anticipated originally, is going well. I don't need a surgery, nothing like that, so that's good. And it's improving by itself. And some people did encourage this path, the path to trusting yourself. And I appreciate that. Some people encouraged me just to heal and didn't give me any specific advice. And I really appreciate that too. And I might not ever see some of these people, yet they helped me. And I hope in some manner that I showed my gratitude to them. And in the end, no one actually knows how fast or slow these healing processes go, but there's wisdom in people that tell you to listen to yourself. These people I keep in mind, even when we are never going to see each other again. And at times, I also feel the need to be fully isolated and alone. I see nothing wrong with that either. Had I just only listened to others around me, it would not have been the same. I think I would have been too bashful about my process. Sometimes I'm around someone and I'm fully quiet. There's something super beautiful and intimate about this, actually. It could be awkward, but I also think it's kind of tender, depending on the context. Why am I tripping out over saying goodbye in the right way? I've already done it in a moments-to-moment basis while being together. More than that, being grateful, showing love, and thoughtfulness doesn't just come from words, and it doesn't just come from notes given, does it? Sometimes it comes from silence, and sometimes the best goodbyes could be silent. If silence and distance can be so intimate in a weird way, then what exactly are we waving goodbye to? Some of the best last moments I've had with people, I didn't say a single word to them, but yet they're still people that I think about. Sometimes the most intimate moments are from what's not being said. The best advice is the one not being said out loud. I appreciate it when my friends or family just share a meal with me without saying anything sometimes. No career advice, no yapping, no you should have done this or that or whatever, just nothing. I guess it's called parallel play, but to me it's just being with each other and understanding each other in a way that's not verbal. I still remember this one time that I chatted in a coffee shop with this one dude. We had seen each other multiple times throughout that 3-month stretch while walking around and randomly bumping into each other. He gave me a referral to his job, and then we had a great conversation about something I don't quite remember. I don't even really know what we talked about, honestly. I do remember saying, alright, I guess I'll bump into you randomly when I'm walking again or something. Ha 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 ha. I have literally never seen him since then. It has been more than a year now. I wonder where I am, and I wonder where he is. We never said goodbye, and I would totally chat with him again if the opportunity arose. But yet, it hasn't. Neither one of us will ever hit each other up, probably. It's just funny to me how some people are just literally enigmas in our life. They just come and go. But I don't mind that. Sometimes when I'm failing in life, I actually get a bit scared to be around people. I feel like they're going to judge me, they're bound to say something about it, or that I'm not good enough to provide value for them. You know, that unemployed friend on a Tuesday sending memes. I feel that way when I'm injured too, that I cannot be a vital person and I cannot be myself. I feel that way about being unemployed and sending memes all the time, or if I'm making too many plans sometimes and there's not enough distance. If I'm struggling with something and someone offers to help me, I once again feel this way sometimes as well. I think this idea that I have to earn my respect and the love of my friends, it stems from the same place where I feel I need to make goodbye such a big deal. Are they really friends if you have to earn their love all the time? All the time, I mean? Sure, I agree that your friends can't just be living in degeneracy and completely disrespect your values and whatever, and that we should encourage each other and inspire each other. But that being said though, I don't think that's the same thing as having to earn love. Ideally, my security with my own self to overwhelm those issues, it never needed to be black or white like that. My need of earning their love in some way probably makes it way harder for me to listen to them and to understand them and to actually take their advice or actually even have fun with them. The only way I combat this awkwardness, this insecurity is by fighting the idea of needing to earn anything or to even leave a good impression, especially when it comes to things like love. These days, when I feel like I'm failing something, I try not to sacrifice the idea of having fun around other people. I definitely don't want to personally feel like I need to earn anything, because I do think we're all worthy of happiness at each moment. While being alone is important, people do make me realize how many different ways there are to live life. Some of my friends have a perfect set schedule. They sleep at the same time and do everything on their own time. Others go to bed at 4 a.m. and are constantly improvising. Yet they're both productive in some ways. I'm somewhere in between there. I don't know. I used to believe that I need to completely cleanse my life of distraction and only have perfect productivity routine for 90 minutes, right? And nothing else. The more I think about this concept, the more I think it's a crutch. All of life is just an oscillation between being focused and being distracted. There's no such thing as a perfect 90-minute deep work. I think in the end, it just comes down to doing the thing that you're saying down to do. Accomplishments happen in their own time. Goodbyes happen in their own time. I feel like this is when company helps you the most in some ways, yet we view them as distraction. And so as we push them off over time, right, we feel a need to give them a good goodbye. Instead now I choose not to view people as distractions. I don't have to worry about big moments and big impressions. I could live all of my accomplishments through other people. Always, even if they're gone or if they're here annoying me all the time. Part of your understanding, my understanding, always comes from them. Imprints of the friends that I never speak to again are always here. Memories of people that I thought were once enemies guide me all the time. People that are around me but not really here. People that I waved goodbye to but saw again in the next hour. Friends that forgot me. Friends that I forgot. All of us are intricately tied and connected to each other. We cannot push each other off. We can only live together in a harmonious way. This is why I think goodbyes are sometimes so awkward to me, because in a weird way, I am with you still, and you are with me in some ways as well. Even if we fully try to cut each other off, if we live in a balanced way, I think each of those moments could feel like a good impression.